Hi, today we are at the tea garden which dates back to a British era, a very old one located near Bokajan, Karbi, Anglong district in Assam. And here we are looking at evidences and structures dating back to a British era. And this old culvert, I think, should be dating back to the British era. Looking at the brick structure and the brick lining, I definitely think that this is at least minimum 4 decades old, and if not the British era. And this another structure which has caught my attention. It's a very old and dilapidated one, but definitely has a lot of history, and I would definitely like to check it closely. We can see from far that it's a sometime construction, and on this part we can see the new additions made by the new owners of this tea garden a few decades ago. A new factory was made to process the tea leaves which are produced in the tea gardens. But sadly, as we can see that this has also been abandoned now and just lying because they were not able to run it profitably. Two huge structures are there which house the factory. Sad tale of the place, the structure which I told you about. And here we can see on the right side the factory, and on the left side we can see the boilers and which were built here, but now all have been abandoned. This is a structure we saw earlier, a very old Assam type structures. I would definitely like to see this from up close. Here we are moving towards the structure, a very old one, and I presume this must definitely be dating back to the British era, going by these Ikora walls which this structure has, and the old roof, the false ceiling. This must have seen a very good time earlier, but now sadly it has been abandoned and it has become very dirty by the cows. And surprisingly, we see a manager sign here and presume that this must be the manager's office. Far from its position and far from its condition when during its heyday, the manager of the tea garden who used to sit here and enjoy the most powerful position in the tea garden, carrying on the British legacy. Here, these are the few steps made of bricks, which shows the very old construction. Here is sign marked that it is office, and sadly this structure has been fully abandoned like the whole tea garden, waiting to be destroyed by the sands of time. As we walk across the new structures, we can only imagine the plans that had for this place, but sadly didn't go over that well. The next structure which we found is the manager's bungalow, and this is a very beautiful bungalow. I suppose, even though this may not be of the British era, but this must at least be of 4 decades of 1950s or 60s. It's a very big garden with fruits on both sides, a small quarter for servants, I guess. Let's look at the bungalow closer. What was the most striking feature is the steel beams which are used to support this structure. which adds to the aura and the beauty and gives it a colonial look. Here, as I was informed, the manager of the tea garden now resides in the first floor of the structures. Here are some fruit trees on the first floor of the structure. There it is, and that is also of Assam type design and construction. This building is also not in best of its shape, as we came to find when we were looking around it. While the first floor looks very old, the ground floor looks to be a new construction because it was more of an RCC shape. These old Assam type houses are very comfortable to live in, especially during the summer when it gets very hot, and these buildings tend to lose heat very quickly at night. Now here we see that the building is not in such a good shape and far from its heyday. And as we were looking around, a very surprising thing came to my sight. This rare lizard, and I was told by the people that this is very common here, and being poisonous, I did not wanted to get very close to it.